Alright, I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm wearing pants, but right now I'm gonna do the D-10, how to transmit Midi into whatever device you need to transmit Midi to. So, right now I got it plugged because I was testing it, but here's my Midi cable. It's ridiculously long. It's like spliced different cables. Here's the D10. I'm gonna put it into performance mode. That's the normal one, so the light is on this side. That's where you play like one patch. Right now the audio is not connected on this, but we will not need the audio on the D10 to use the MIDI from the keyboard. So what you do is you put your MIDI cable in the out port. It's going to be the middle port of there's two on the side, so you put it in the middle one. There's like three altogether. It's the middle port that says out. It even says it's marked out, so you just find it. And then I'm gonna plug this, into the Phantom right here. And I'm gonna put it into the in port of the Phantom. So if you're using a MIDI interface, you want to put it from the out port on the D10 into the in port on the interface. Or if you want to send MIDI from the interface, you want to put it in the out port into the in port. I know this is like basic MIDI stuff, but it's good to know. So from out, that's the keyboard signal. So it transmits into the out port, and you have to put it into the in port on your interface or the device you want the MIDI to play on. So what it does now is it transmits MIDI on one channel from the keybed. It also receives MIDI. So if you play MIDI into it, it plays only this patch, which is bowed strings. And right now it's playing the tone, so if I plug in the speakers on the D10, the tone would come out. But now, how to set up the MIDI, what you do, there's a button here, it says MIDI, it's the fourth one, press that, and then it says MIDI RX channel, and this is receive channel, so it means this is the MIDI it plays and picks up. So what you want to do is not mess with that. You want to press the display button and go to TX channel, right? So you press MIDI and press the up button, TX channel, and this is set to 8. And I think, as you can see, the Phantom, the blinking light, is the MIDI coming in. But right now it's not on the right channel, because this is set to pick up channel 1. So what I need to do, you can see this is on channel 8. I need to put this, you can also use this by the way, the value, this or this. I need to put this to 1. And now it's playing the Phantom. So that's how you do the MIDI on the D10. I'm also gonna do the multi-timbal sequence stuff, but I want to make it a separate video. Also, if you want to transmit MIDI into the D10, you go to RX. No wait, yeah, RX. That's receive, because TX is transmit. I think TX is short for transmit, and RX is short for receive. Oh, god damn it. I'm like sort of, my mind is everywhere right now. But put that to MIDI channel 1, and then if you send MIDI channel 1 into it, it's gonna play that. But also the program change and CC stuff goes on like MIDI channel. So if you want to like swap instruments mid-song or something on one of the channels, you can, but that's not really relevant. So RX is receive for the patch, and TX is transmit for the keyboard. Alright, and you swap the thing with this or this, and you press MIDI to get into it. I think you also can do the rhythm channel, because it has its own rhythm channel, and MIDI local on. If you press this off, the sound it won't trigger itself. And that's pretty useful if you just want to have the sound on it. maybe use only the drums and not trigger the keyboard with the, like, not trigger the synth with the keyboard. You should do MIDI local off. Yeah. So, but that's sort of, I think that's sort of MIDI bender. This stuff is like self-explanatory, I guess. You can like receive volume, but this is like MIDI program change. This is if you want the patches to swap with a sequencer or with whatever other device you use to plug into it. But the essential MIDI to use this as a keyboard, all you need to do is maybe turn off MIDI local so you don't play the actual synth itself. But what I usually do is just turn down the volume, and then you don't have any volume from the synth. It doesn't really matter if it's triggering, because it's not gonna like ruin anything. And TX channel, see the volume is down, because I think the Phantom doesn't recognize the volume on this, but that kinda, I think that might depend on what you're using. I'm not sure if this sends MIDI. I don't think it does. I think it's just a potentiometer. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.